Hello, my name is Mantara. I have never exactly been one to excel in the looks department. I was raised up on the wrong side of the tracks, and at the age of 14 I fell in with a harem, had a sultan and a 50 rupee a day curry problem, little monkey on my back. Well, one day, the Sultan kicked me out in one of those crushing scenes, and where was I to go? What was I to do? I was out on my fanny. Oh, wait a minute, that's the nanny! I always get us two mixed up. No, I wound up at the agency, and I became what they call a handmaiden. That is an industry euphemism for always a bridesmaid, never a bride. But the young lady who I became a handmaiden to, her name, I used to call her Kiki. She was beautiful, one of the most beautiful women who walked the planet. And I took her under my wing and I taught her everything that the Sultan had taught me. And she married the king! And one day, the king became very ill, and Kiki, I told her, go to his side, make him better. I gave her two things, two secret things, a banana and a secret elixir to make him feel better, Gatorade. Well, the king sprang back to life and was so happy that he granted her two boons. Two boons! He grants his wife 2 boons for behaving like a wife. Boom, boom, boom. I put this man together. He is one of those too grateful people. Wrapped. And poor Kiki, beautiful, beautiful, dumb as a stump, beautiful. So I figure between the two of them, we can have anything I want. So, one day comes around, there are 2 other queens. One has a son, his name is Rama, and the king is very fond of him. He is going to make him king, and I say, no, to myself, of course. Rama is just too far distance for me to be able to get what I want if he becomes king. So I tell Kiki, go to the king, tell him you want to cash in your 2 boons, tell him you want 2 things. You want Rama. You want, If this was Islam, I'd be banished from the kingdom. If you tell the king that you want Rama not to be king, you want Rama out into the forest for 14 years, and you want your son Bharata to be the king. This way, 14 years is enough time that the winds of change will come along, and Bharata will be overcome by power, and he will be drunk with power, and he will not want to know his brother anymore. Anyway, what happens is that it turns on me. The 2 meet up, and the 2 meet up just too quickly. So blood is still thicker than water. They find me out. They kick me out. Oh, what am I going to do? So there I am, walking aimlessly through the forest, with my head up and I look down, and what am I bumping up against? This skinny little thing of a man, very chin deep in anthills. I say, little man, skinny little thing of a man, what are you doing sitting there, very chin deep up into here with anthills? He says, I've been here a long time. I said, what are you doing? He says, I'm thinking. I said, what are you thinking about? He says, I want to become a writer. I've got plans. Lucky me, I always meet a man with plans. Why? I cannot meet a man with stuff. So I sit and I start telling him my story. He finds it very, very amusing, very fascinating, very good to read about. So he writes about it, but he takes the Rama angle, and you know what he does? He writes me out. He writes me as a bit character in my own biography. Well, you know what's going to happen if I ever catch up with that skinny little king of a man, very chin deep in anthills. I am going to pour honey all over him. This is Mantara. Out.